Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Desti Aini Hidayati. I am a fourth semester from Tatris Bahasa Indonesia. This time, I would like to storytelling about the wise grandfather frog. In a small lake, there were lived a family of frogs. They were Mr. Frog, Mrs. Frog, Little Frog, and little grandfather Frog. It had been a few days that like they were life dried up because of the drought. So there were no water to drink and swim. It was impossible for the frog to live in the lake. So Mr. Frog decided to take his family to move out and find a new place. After walk for a quiet far, the frog finally found a new place. They have found a well that's full of water. The well was near by a garden. Yippee! How fun is this? We can drink and swim as much as we want, shouted the little frog happily. All of the family were happy too, except the old grandfather frog. Why don't you feel happy, grandfather? Asked the little frog. How can I be happy if all of this happiness won't last long? Said the old grandfather frog wisely. What do you mean, father? Asked Mr. Frog to the old grandpa. Well, I'll ask you one question. How can we get out of the well if the water here suddenly resides? Asked the old grandfather frog. But because the frogs were too happy of having a new place, they didn't listen to the advice from their grandfather frog. Until one day, when Mr. Frog was going to find some food, his family were still sleeping very tight. They didn't realize that the water suddenly receded. Luckily, the old grandfather frog woke them up. Quickly, they went up before the water level dropped down, and they couldn't get out of the well. When Mr. Frog knew the incident, he was deeply regret. Then he apologized to the old grandfather frog for not listening to this advice. The end. So, from this story, you can take the moral value that listen to your parent advice before do some action. Okay, that's all my story about the wise grandfather frog. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.